What's up, everybody? Boomerang here, and today we're going to be looking at Town Hall 10 Witches. Witches have been really popular lately in Clash, especially the Town Hall 10 and 11 level. We're going to take a look at our most recent clan war. We barely won this one, tied for stars, took them on the percentage. So we're actually going to go to the enemy team and look at some of their raids. First, we're going to take a look at Razel. So if we take a look at the army composition here, going 2 golems, 10 witches, 10 bowlers, and the wall wrecker, and then he has his heroes. And then if we look at the spell composition, it's a poison, 1 freeze, a jump, 2 heal, and 2 rage spells. So Razel starts the raid from the bottom corner, gets the 2 golems, a good spread on them, and then he has bowlers come in and start making a big funnel, so that way his heroes and the wall wreckers as well as the witches can try to head through the core of the base and they won't walk. As you guys see though, somehow the bowlers and the heroes all start to walk, but the wall wrecker keeps pushing on through, and as you guys can see, he has one group over here in the middle of the base going around the outside towards the left. That's his heroes, a couple witches, a few bowlers, and then he has on the right side he has some bowlers and witches taking out buildings on the right. The bowlers kind of tanking for those witches, and then in the middle he has the wall wrecker, the bowlers, and more witches. So he has, and the golems are in that middle, so he has 3 components of his army all moving through different parts of the base. So the CC comes out over on the left side, the queen will head over and try to take out the clan castle. As you guys can see, he has the jump spell, allowing his troops to just move throughout the middle of the base and not have to worry about the walls. And then he does use the freeze on that expo, so his bowlers can come in, take out all the defenses. That P.E.K.K.A. that came out the wall wrecker is always a good option because P.E.K.K.A.s don't get stuck on walls quite like golems do. They do not soak up as much damage, but they are able to actually provide some DPS, which can always be helpful. So as you guys can see, this raid is pretty much already over. Only 3 defenses left, and he still has the golem tanking, the P.E.K.K.A., a bunch of witches and bowlers. And so everything will start to fall here. There goes cannon, and it's just a 3-star in the books. Yeah, that builder's hut. Alright, so we're actually going to look at Razel's next raid as well. So as you guys can see, the armor composition is the exact same, except this time he brings 2 free spells and no poisons. So in this raid, once again, he's starting down at the bottom. He has his golems tanking, the wall wrecker pushes in, he's got some witches and some bowlers making a nice funnel for his heroes to start entering. There goes some more bowlers, some more witches. The clan castle gets lured, and he's going to rage up that queen and use that free spell. So he uses the free spell on the troops right over here, and then the queen has enough time to lock onto them, start taking them out, and they don't do too much damage. And then another freeze goes down. He does miss that Inferno Tower with that freeze. However, his golems are still tanking, so his bowlers and queen are still able to take it out. There it goes. So he's raging and jumping his troops through the core, and he uses those heal spells to stop the high DPS buildings such as the Expo and the Inferno Tower. So there's no spells left. All he has left is the Queen ability, and it's going to be enough to get it done. His golems are still tanking. He still has plenty of bowlers and witches. There goes his queen stepping up, taking out a couple of defenses. She's just rocking. And that golem, still one unpopped golem. Not that he's going to do it anymore. Because these witches, these bowlers, and the archer queen are really just stepping up and taking out all these defenses and all the buildings. And as you guys can see, this base was absolutely crushed in less than 2 minutes. There it goes. Another great attack from Razel. So we're going to look at one more witch attack at Town Hall 10. The geckos, their favorite attack method is those witches. So here's Dark Knight, and the troops are the same, but the composition is a little different. This time he uses one golem, 9 witches, and he brings a lot more bowlers. He's going to bring 17 bowlers. He has the wall wrecker, and then only 1 heal, 2 rages, 2 poisons, and 4 earthquake spells. So let's see how this raid unfolds. So as you guys can see, that raid starting, this raid took 2 minutes, 59 seconds, and some change. Which that's always pretty crazy. So he uses those earthquake spells to open up the entire middle of the base. And then on the right side over here, he gets the golem down and he gets the bowlers behind, making the funnel. He gets the witches, the heroes. And they're actually going to start moving inside the base. He's lucky that they didn't start walking up top. And then he's going to heal and use one of those rages because the clan castle came out. So he's going to help his troops deal with those. He gets his second rage right in the middle of that base where there's 2 expos, 2 inferno towers, the town hall, the heroes, and the air sweepers. So he's going to get the rage down there, let his bowlers and his witches just absolutely tear up the inside of this base. And he sells those witches and bowlers down below here, taking out a bunch of defenses. And so his troops are just kind of moving through this base. The queen does go down. And this just goes to show how strong this strategy can be. I mean, his heroes are pretty low, 10 and 13. And at this point, he has no spells, no heroes, and he still gets a 3-star. There are plenty of defenses, plenty of buildings left, including this Tesla that is just being a menace down here against these witches. And he is still able to get this 3-star because the bowlers, there's just so many of them, and the skeletons up here are tanking all these defenses. So many witches left that there's a lot of skeletons running around this base. Look at them just pour through these defenses with relative ease. I personally think that the witches might get nerfed in a future update, but I'm happy to see them back. When they first came out, they were very powerful, and then they got nerfed, and nobody's using them, but now they are making a comeback. I'm super excited about it. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any other witch armies that you guys have been seeing, because most of the time they do include golems and bowlers. And so we'll just double time through the rest. Plenty of witches left, plenty of bowlers. They're going to take out that archer tower, and then all that's left is the Tesla that's down here, and they are going to get it just in the nick of time. There goes the skeletons, and they got it. So that's a wrap on this video. As you guys can see, witches, they really are making a comeback in Town Hall 10. I've been seeing this all over the place. So I figured I'd show you guys, give you guys a little tutorial on how to just pour through these bases. As you guys want to make sure that you get enough witches to where the skeletons will tank for your heroes and your bowlers. And you have to either bring a jump for the core of the base or have a jump spell, because if you don't, or the earthquakes in the middle of the base, because if you don't open up that core, then your troops will get stuck on walls, and walls can be a real problem for witches and golems. Bowlers usually not as much, as long as you have a rage spell. So that's just kind of what you want to remember, the key things to remember before going into one of these raids. So that's all for this video. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe if you haven't. It would mean a lot to me. Leave comments down below if you have anything you want to see that I'm not covering. Thank you so much for tuning in.